That's all of our challengers, and we're going to end with Smart Eye, who is a Sertainty partner and has integrated our technology into his application. So Dexter, if you'll come up, I'll turn over to you. I'll give you the clicker unless you want me to do next slide for you. Oh, okay. Well, then I'll sit down.
Last few minutes, I really appreciate this. I want to know, just by show of hands, how many of you have actually had a PDF or Word document that you had on your screen and you noticed that somebody was trying to do this? They were trying to snoop and see physically what's on your screen. How many people have seen that before? Wow. So what happens is that when that screen snooper did that, how did that make you feel? Like you were violated, right? And so what actually happened when I was about 2.5 years ago, I was actually a screen snooper. I was in Israel, and all of a sudden I was at this event, and this guy I was sitting next to at this cybersecurity event had his laptop open just like this, and I was able to see all of his documents. I saw Word documents, I saw PDF documents, and I just said to myself, why should I be able to see any document that's on this guy's laptop? It's none of my business. And I said, what if we could create an app called Smart Eye Technology that would shut off if you or anybody else physically looked at my screen? It sounded crazy. And so over the past 2.5 years, that's exactly what we've done. We've created a brand new app called Smart Eye Technology that allows you to utilize a platform. And inside of this platform, it gives you full access to what we have a control panel, and we also have what's called a web app. So when I open up the Smart Eye Technology app, you'll notice inside is where all my files are listed. And can anybody just tell me, what do you think that those numbers inside the locks mean? Just by show of hands, the numbers inside locks. Not you, Robin, you know already. Anybody? Just what are those numbers inside locks? Just a wild guess, just real quick. Okay, that's close, but no cigar. Next. Close, but no cigar. Next. Okay, what it simply means is the number of biometric verification or security levels that you need in order to access that document. So where you see the one where it says 4, that means you have to have your face, fingerprint, voice, iris, or any other type of biometric in order to access this document. So I'm going to tap on one that requires just 2. So now all of a sudden it requires my face and my voice recognition, as an example, in order to access a document. Why is this important? Well, think about it. If Sertainty is in the background, these documents have to be protected by something. And I always like to think of Sertainty as like Intel inside. Sertainty is inside. It protects your house inside. But there's a problem. What about the outside of the house? You have cars out there. You have equipment out there. Somebody has to protect that, right? This is exactly what Smart Eye Technology does. This is why this is a match made in heaven, Greg. It literally is. And so what happens, I'm going to click on a document. Now, I don't normally share this document in public. So this individual who I'm actually getting ready to show you this document if you see this person in public, just don't mention that I show this particular document because he's pretty private. And so that's why I named it Private Guy. So here goes. So just don't take any pictures if you can. Okay, so here it is right here. It's recognizing my face. Now all of a sudden, when it recognizes my face, oh, that's him right there. That's my dog. His name is Scruffles. So Scruffles is pretty private. So he doesn't want anybody to physically look at him. So as a result, he said, Dexter, it's okay for you to put me inside a Smart Eye because I know Sertainty is protecting the inside. Smart is protecting the outside. So you're okay. But watch what happens when Angie walks up behind me and she'll try to look at my document. She'll try to look at Scruffles. Watch what happens. Bam. It wouldn't allow her to look at it. It said no. And she walked away. And now Scruffles is back open because remember, Smart Eye is constantly scanning your face every moment that this document is actually open. So as a result of this, even if I walk away and put the phone down like this, Smart Eye says, nope, can't recognize your face anymore. Document's not going to open up to you. Now, when I put it back in front of my face like this, now the document opens back up because it scanned my face and realized that Dexter is the person who should be looking at this document. So when it comes to sending documents, if you think about the importance of Sertainty, we talked about, I heard somebody mention earlier about how the documents they travel in a certain location. Well, actually inside of Smart Eye Technology, if you look at natural default security levels. We have 4 different levels of security. So you can choose what you want your default security to be. You can choose level 1, you'll just face recognition. Level 2 will be face and voice, and so forth and so on. Also, the natural default is for somebody not to be able to download the actual document that you sent somebody. And you can allow somebody to share the document inside the SmartEye app, but they can't actually download and take possession of that document because the security is off the document at that point. It's gone. And so we also have a time limit on how long you have access to my document. 72 hours is the default. You can put 24 hours if you want it, 48 hours, a week, a month. It depends on you, whatever you want to do. Now, what's really important is what somebody mentioned earlier about the choosing, we can choose a specific location. So in other words, I can choose your home address. If I chose your home address, I say only at your home, this document would open up. This is where we're going to work together on that, on Sertainty to make sure that all these things click together. So I can actually choose your home as a location. If you go to Starbucks, it'll say, nope, you're in the wrong location. That address is not registered here. We can choose a city, the city of Atlanta. We can choose Peachtree Corners. We can choose the state of Georgia in order for you to open up that document. So it's really, it's my document, and I can put the rules on that document if I chose to. We can also choose a specific Wi-Fi, which Wi-Fi you're using, whether you're using a certain IP address, we can pick that and choose that as well. So at the end of the day, when it comes to Sertainty and SmartEye, again, think of it as being Sertainty is protecting us inside. SmartEye is the guard dog outside. SmartEye is going to make sure that nobody comes in this house. Even though we have armed people in the house, it's making sure that the outside is going to be protected. And you need both of those to have that amazing technology. So that's what we've created. So thanks to Robin introducing us to Sertainty last year at my launch. I didn't know anything about Sertainty, but she made the introduction. So she said, you really need to look at putting this software inside a SmartEye because it's a perfect situation. So that's all we have for SmartEye technology today. Thank you, guys.
Awesome job.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Really did a great job. When we started looking at this technology, no different than the other challengers today, this is what gets us at Sertainty really excited. And we not only bring this technology to our partners, our clients, we bring business development, we bring, I guess they couldn't hear, Sertainty brings more than just the technology. And so we work closely, David and I, and Melanie and Tim's team, and Robin and everyone. We kind of huddle around and we see how we can work together. And even if it means a trip to Israel or whatever that Robin did in a weekend and with Melanie. And but we really want to lay out the foundation for the challengers, and it's starting today. They all are part of the inaugural class of 2020, our startup program. And so where you are a year later, just think all the challengers will be up here next year and go, man, that day was incredible. Thanks to Robin and her team, we got a launch. We got going. And that's what we'll do with all the challengers. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I've been keeping track of the word smart. So we had smart helmet, right? Smart socks.
That's SOX.
Smart shoes.
SOC.
Smart house.
Smart
for
house.
the pets. Smart mask. Smart eye. Right?
Isn't there a smart ass?
Oh. I thought they had to rename the company to Smart Certainty. But this was outstanding and just a lot of fun, very creative, very innovative, great participation from the challengers. Really appreciate the judges, Robin, and the 5 gentlemen online.
Great job, guys.
Yeah. And really appreciate the team in the back from V-Links.
Yeah, they did a great job.
And I think the next is the reception.
Well, we
Head that way.
got a little, judges got to get your tallies in before you start drinking, and we got to get that to Nashville, I think, right? Or Julie?
Yes, they're sending it on to
15, okay.
Nashville, I'm taking my sheet to
Okay.
Nashville, but before we go,
Yeah.
next time around, we're gonna have a
Yes.
smart device.
There we go. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
So this is the
excellent.
new digital identity device that we'll be
Yeah, come
putting
over
out
some.
probably the end of next year.
Come over on this side too so they can
You
see.
guys can see it. So we'll be producing this. It's a company called My Digital Info, and this is all about you and your identity. And so this will be a intelligent device. And there's certain people that might want one and might not. But I carry around with me about 10 different business cards because I'm not a boomer, I'm a gigger. I'm part of the gig economy. And I have 10 different businesses and things that I do. And so this will carry all my business cards in one, my medical card, my driver's license, and my passport. And then I can choose to secure it and distribute it, whether one-to-one, one to a group, or distribute it from a broadcast. So you'll be seeing this next time around. So look forward to it.
Yes.
Rob, I think she didn't hear that, right? You want to say that again?
Yeah, when we start putting the driver's license and the passport, that's where we need to insert the technology.
Yeah.
All right, any other judge want to plug their, I mean, no.
I don't qualify for anything but a judge.
State sponsor and host.
I just thought we were doing smart things.
All right, our time's about up, folks. We'll read our and thank you all.
5:15 for the.
Okay, 5:15 Eastern. 5:15 Eastern, dial back in.
The reception is
Go get
open
yourself
now.
a nice
We'll-
cocktail, hand her a tequila, and we're going to the reception area outside. Get yourself a cocktail, join us back virtually, and thank you.
Wait,
Thank
tell
you
her,
so
don't
much.
wait, don't leave.
All right. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.